Guided Reading in 5 Steps, the next video in the Fountas and Pinnell series. So you've read the guided reading selection that you've chosen. You've read the front of the lesson card and chosen a couple of goals, a goal or a couple of goals for the particular lesson, and now you want to plan the lesson and deliver it. Here's the 5 steps. Introduce the text, students read the text, discuss the text, teacher calls out the teaching point, and then a couple minutes of word work at the end. If you open the lesson card, you'll see the options for step 1, introducing the text on the left-hand side. Remember that a guided reading lesson should be around 15 to 20 minutes, and a good chunk of that time is going to be spent when students read the text on their own. They actually read the book silently or whisper read it to themselves. There would be no way for you to introduce the text with every single bullet point. The idea is for you to pick 1 or 2. Ideally, the 1 or 2 that you pick would match the teaching points that you set as goals from the front of the card. Reading the text. Here is where a good chunk of 15 or 20 minutes is going to be spent. Students read the text independently on their own. Guided reading is not designed to be a choral read, or one student reads a page and then the next student reads a page. Students decode and process the text on their own. You'll want to teach kinders and first graders how to whisper read quietly to themselves. Second grade reading and beyond should be silent reading. Remember, this book is at their instructional level, decoding the text at 90 to 94% accuracy in levels A through K, and 94 to 95% accuracy level in levels L through Z. If you anticipate students finishing their reading at different times, think about putting a procedure in place for them to reread the book, or take notes on a sticky, or read the blurb at the back of the book, or look at the pictures quietly, or something, so that all students have a chance to read the book on their own. Remember that the guided reading lesson should be 15 to 20 minutes long only. Step 3, discussing the text. Here's the most important part of the lesson. If you spend too much time on the introduction or too much time reading the text, there isn't enough time to talk about the comprehension pieces that connect to your goals. Again, pick 1 or 2 so that you have time to connect to the goals that you've set for the lesson. Also, don't forget to call out the message, whether it's the theme in a fictional text or the main point in an expository or the lesson in a fable if the students don't identify it during the discussion. The whole idea is to move reading from word calling to making connections with the story or characters or content. The lesson card does a really good job of helping you identify if students are thinking within, beyond, or about the text right here. Step 4, teaching point. Here's where you make your teaching point transparent to students, whatever you've been focusing on during the lesson. There are suggestions there as well. Step 5, word work. Last but not least, there is a word work component which lends itself to one of the 9 areas of phonics, spelling, or word studies specific to the level. This section should take only a couple minutes at the end of the lesson. And that's it. Introduce the text, read, discuss, call out the teaching point, and word work, all in 15 to 20 minutes. You don't want to rush through, but keep a good pace to maintain engagement and focus. Ideally, you meet with groups 3 to 4 times a week. Any group reading below the target level for your grade level, meet with them every day. Look for the next video, collecting data during guided reading. Also, there will be a video providing guidance for guided reading in the remote world.